Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. And yeah, so actually, the only way that I could record this was to go live because I don't have any more storage on my phone. And then also, I don't know what's going on with the computer. So yeah, this was the only way I can do this. But I really wanted to talk about some of the responses I got from the video Why Some Black Women Are Happier Single, okay? And the thing is, that was not intended to offend anyone. So I'm not sure why it got the backlash that it did, okay? And with that being said, what I was going to do is read some of the responses, okay? So the reason why I made that video was just basically you need to go back and look at it again, okay? And then you'll be able to listen to it for yourself. So I'm not going to go back over what the original video said and everything, but what I will do is read some of the responses. What I think happened was some of the guys were so like, I don't know. I mean, there really needs to be some emotional regulation or something, you know. What happened was I think they thought that they were being attacked in some reason or another in some way because I said like a lot of the guys in the community, black community, there's a sense of yeah, that they embarrass us, and there's a lot of disrespect and lack of accountability. And I even prefaced it by saying not all but some, or the majority, okay? If this was world's dumbest criminals or America's dumbest criminals, that would have been the episode. Because literally everything that I was explaining that us as black women are tired of seeing, they perpetuated that in the comments, okay? They came for my wig. They came for my face, said I was ugly. They said I was obese. They said everything except what I was talking about. And what I was talking about is simply the reason why a lot of us black women would rather stay single. Those of us that are not lesbians, those of us that do not want to date outside of our race, it's either that or just wait until, whatever. But the main thing is staying single would give you the most peace out of all of those options. So that's why most of us choose to stay single, okay? The title of the video wasn't I Can't Find a Man, okay? That's never been a problem, all right? The title of the video wasn't I've hit the wall, because they said that. They said that I was acting white. They said all kind of stuff. And the crazy thing about it was, of course, I clapped back, you know? But when I look in here, there is 105 comments. When I look for the comments, there's like maybe 10 or 15. I don't even think it's that many. So either they went back and they erased a lot of their comments, or YouTube took the comments off, okay? And let me just say this, no amount of female accountability, no amount of me not wearing a wig, no amount of me losing a weight, no amount of anything that I can do is going to force a man to be more respectful, okay? He's either going to do it or not. If I'm carrying myself like a lady, I came in peace. That's why I have my dashiki on. I have my little headband to match with it, okay? Because if I had learned anything else from that, I learned two things. Things I already knew, but I learned how to deal with things and talk to people still while regarding myself in high regards, okay? Being emotionally intelligent. And then I also learned how to use the damn disabled comment button, okay? So don't be surprised if from now on I'm using that, because, yeah, it was real unnecessary. And my thing is, if you can't get your emotional self together enough to even comment with some kind of sense, in on a video of what it was less than 60 seconds, if you can find the sense and the respect to comment on that, what would it be like in a community full of these guys? So y'all just ask yourself that question, okay? What is the home like with these types of men? Just imagine. But anyway, that's that for that. What I'm going to do is read some of these comments, okay? As a woman, yes, Okay, I do take accountability for what I'm doing. Okay, to answer all of those questions, I'm good. Okay, in case anybody was wondering, I'm just fine. But there was a couple of comments. There were a lot of comments that I don't see in here now, but I will talk about the ones that I do remember, and I'm going to read the ones that are still in here. I remember one guy saying he doesn't like women with wigs and weaves. That's why he doesn't date black women. And I said, oh, okay, so that's the reason, right? And then he goes forward to say, oh, that and kids. But before he did that, he erased his original comment. His original comment after that was black men and black women are the enemy to each other. And I said, no, that's not true. I'm not your enemy. I don't look at black men as the enemy, okay? I don't have a problem with black men. I put all this in the comment. I said, what I do have a problem, I get along very well with men, of all races. But what I will say is, I don't like being gaslighted. I don't like when someone tries to tell me I don't see something that I see and other people see the same thing. That's what I don't like. I don't like for you to tell me that I'm a liar. That's one thing I don't like. Then another comment, this one came up as spam. This one said something about, oh yeah, you're trying to act white. That's why you're wearing that wig. I had like a straight bob wig or whatever, and it was saying, yeah, African women walk around with their hair in its natural state. So you're trying to be something that you're not. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I mean, you came up with spam anyway, so I erased that dumb shit. Like some of y'all really see. This is the problem that I have too, because a lot of you guys will be like, well, that's not my mama, or that's not my sister, or that's not my daughter. But with this kind of majority thinking, one day it will be your mama, one day it will be your sister, and if you have one day it will be your daughter. So you can't have this kind of sick mentality walking around and then wonder why the community is the way that it is. And no, I'm not blaming all black men. But what I'm saying is, if this is the overwhelming majority, I don't know what to tell you. But I will read some of the comments. Now, some of the comments, people came in like they had some sense. We like those people. Let's see what we have here. We have Rashad. Why focus and measure yourself against the worst men? Focusing on higher quality men may provide a different perspective, but it'll also require more women to measure up. Just saying. So, what I should have asked him was, what do you mean by more women measuring up? Like, yeah, I didn't ask him that question. I should have, now that I'm looking back. But the reply was, thanks for watching. That was my reply. Okay. So then he says, no disagreement there. Accountability all around benefits all. But would you say women in general? Hold on. Okay, I understand and completely agree with you and what you're saying. This is me responding. I'm simply answering a general question from a black woman's point of view. Yes, we as black women must take accountability. But, however, for who we deal with. However, I have so, and I rarely have these experiences anymore. However, black men also need to take accountability for the way they treat women in general. Then I said, thanks for watching. He goes on to say, no disagreement there. Accountability all around benefits all. But what would you say women in general should be treated the same way, same standard, or should the treatment be a reflection of her behavior? And I said, what I was doing is answering a question from a point of view most black women can understand because they are dealing with it now or have dealt with it before. A woman should be treated with respect, the same way a man wants to be treated with respect, okay? This is my thing. A lot of times guys will sit up here and say, well, women, should they be treated with respect just because they're women or just because of the way they act, okay? My whole thing is, do you guys ask each other that same question? Like, should us women respect you guys just because you're men, or should we respect you based on your behavior? I respect everybody, okay? Until you show me that you ain't got no damn sense. then I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm going to check you and I'm just going to distance myself from you because I got time for that. Okay, let's see what other wonderful comments we have to read from. And if you hear me talking in the background, I'm on my phone looking up these comments. Okay, Read2M says, LOL, buy a cat, my lady. Got it. Okay. And I said, oh, my first troll. Thanks for watching. He was like my first troll. All right. So then let's see. Okay. So Slam Bradley. Slam Bradley says, this is hilarious. The woman in the video can't find enough peace to work on that face. Sheesh. So many black women are single because of checks notes. Black men? Ha ha ha. Keep lying yourself to sleep at night. This is from Slam Bradley. And mind you, none of these motherfuckers had their faces up on their avatar, okay? None of them. But they talking the most comfortably behind their keyboards. Lord have mercy. Ooh, we gotta pray for our people. Okay, so what I said was, it's the older soda black woman's looks thing again, huh? Okay, I wouldn't insult you back, but that might be the most interaction you've had with a woman in a long time. Thanks for watching. So he comes back with, I've been married for nearly 2 decades. I definitely don't have any interaction with women problems unless you count me not finishing the honeydew list. I'm not insulting your looks because you're a black woman. I'm simply telling the truth about your ugliness. Gag is, it emanates from the inside out. And then Slam Bradley, no, Tot ERY ship is at Slam Bradley. I see nothing ugly. She is simply telling the truth as she sees it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And then Turbo says, what the fuck? Are you okay? So then I respond to Todd, thank you, Todd. I appreciate it. Slam may be upset because his erectile dysfunction is acting up again. And then to Turbo, I say, thank you. He's probably not satisfied with his home life. That's one thing that I can say. When you're a content creator and you decide to get on YouTube and a public platform, people will decide to unload on you because they don't have any consequences, or they feel like they don't have any consequences. So a lot of them just say what they say. They hide behind fake avatars and they say things that they normally wouldn't say to you in person, things like that. So it'd be on some coward stuff. But you get used to that after a while. This was just my first, real interaction being a content creator. Now, remember, when this video came out, I've only been doing this for a little over a week. It's been like, this is my 9th day. So, I'm learning though. Okay, so what else was said? Josh Beasley says, congratulations. You have way past hit the wall, boo-boo. You have peace because your mind is in constant turbulence. Even when something is good, it's in your nature to nitpick and create a problem where there wasn't one. No one wants to deal with that anymore with all the fish in the sea. Boo-boo. Okay, so let's see so this makes no sense. He says you have peace because your mind is in constant turbulence. Well, how the fuck do you have peace and turbulence in your mind at the same time? Like, who is nitpicking and looking for problems if they have peace? I'll tell you, some people just be talking out the crack of their what. All right, so let's see what the response was. Boo boo, cracking the CTFU. Yeah, I'm going to take advice from you. I'm sure you never hit any walls before. These were my responses. Like, oh. The ones that get me the most are the ones that try to act so deep and profound. Yeah, those. Here's another one. This is the one that said I was trying to act white. I told you guys those comments came up as spam, so I just erased them. But here he goes. James Hadley. And there's a saying, blame yourself the wrong deeds done. The innocent can be the guilty ones, and you are guilty proclaiming your innocence, liar. And I said, okay, this must have taken you hours to come up with, genius. Thanks for watching. I swear, man. That's why we need fathers in the home. The right fathers, okay? Then somebody says, but you're a man, right? So how do you know? I said, you can feel free to scroll the comments and connect with your fellow men, or you could actually listen to the video again, sir. Thanks for watching. And who is this? Samad? Okay, Samad doesn't have clear thinking skills, obviously. Okay. Then this is Snagapus. This may very well be true. Me personally, I don't find women in wigs and weaves attractive, leaving me with very few black women to court SMDH. So unfortunately, I'm on the outside with my popcorn watching events unfold. Stay blessed, everyone. So your reason for not dating black women comes down to them wearing wigs and weaves. Yeah, okay. And then he says, this is the one I told you erased his original comment. Then he says, wig, weaves, and kids, LMAO, whatever. I'm coming to the table all natural with no baggage. If that can't be matched, keep it moving. Stay blessed, y'all. So this was the guy, I think this was the guy that said that men and women are enemies, black men and women are enemies. But he erased it. Like I said, most of them went back and erased it. Okay, and let's do one more. Da, da, da. Some of them wrote like this dude. It's like 20 pages in here. Ain't nobody gonna read this. What? I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, he just read too much. And then this guy, let's see what he said. Easter Sunday gray man, strong independent women don't need men. Quite honestly, I wish the strong independent ones would get on with their business and quit whining about the men that they can't seem to stop running down 24/7. Okay, so let's see what the replies were with this. I'm sorry you feel that way, sir. Thanks for watching. Dismissed them because it's like, okay, well, if that's how you feel. All right, well, good luck to you. But of course, they want their moment to shine. All right. So he's like, hey, you guys want to be like men? Men get on with things. We don't whine and complain all day about things that are out of our control. Peace. And I said, clearly, these comments prove otherwise. Thanks for watching. Then somebody else comes back and says, of course, they were raised by women. What else do you expect? And I said, still here, huh? Like, the question, this is Statsy. The question was, why are black women single? Not what is wrong with black men. This is it in a nutshell. The real reason why black women are single is that whenever anyone points, damn, I don't feel like reading this long. I'm not reading it. Basically, what he's saying is it's because obese women with multiple children are looking for quality men, and men buy plane tickets to places of regardless of race to get women. And why are black women passed up by all other ethnicities? Stop reflecting blaming on black men and look in the mirror. You mentioned accountability, but look at your weight. Black men are tired of hearing unhealthy women complaining that they can't get healthy men to commit to them. It's bonkers. Again, no reading comprehension whatsoever. So I said, my point is, black women are single because it is more peaceful. It is the bottom line. If black men are not the issue, as you say, then why do the same problems follow black men everywhere they go? The single parenthood clearly perpetuated among every race of women. Black men deal with proves that. Obesity, I've seen plenty of black men with obese white women. There's plenty of standard weight women that aren't being committed to. So stop the BS. If black men were so great, why do you need to leave the country to find quality women? Thanks for watching, okay? And he says, I hold myself accountable. Now, what does he say after that? And yeah, okay, he said something else, but he erased it. So he was like, whatever he said. And I said, I hold myself accountable and explain that we could have had a decent conversation before you tried to disrespect me. However, the hypocrisy in every sentence is hilarious and entertaining. You divest to a group of women that had black men killed for sport. You lust and have sex with the same over sexualized women you complain about or secretly wish you could. Most of y'all mothers are obese now as we speak. We can go back and forth all day, but I have a life outside of arguing with you. Again, thanks for watching. And he says, I have a fiance who is black, by the way, and no, she doesn't fit into the box you just tried to create. She's an amazing woman, period, but even she admits not being able to relate with being made fun of by large black women. Okay. His mother and his sister and them take care of their weight. If you're not small enough to get carried through the threshold, you're not qualified to get married. I stand by that. Before I allow random women to criticize men, I now first look to see if their women quality men would even want. The only men I see chasing large women have low self-esteem. You see how they switch it up, okay? So first, it was because of obesity and stuff. That's what I meant. Then when I hit them with, okay, plenty of black men are with obese white women. Now it's low self-esteem. Okay. And I said, okay, all this attention you are giving me could be spent loving your wife or working. Please do so. Thanks for watching. Then he comes back, attention. You know you posted this on social media, right? The cognitive dissonance to create media for public consumption, then try to flip it on me like I'm doing something wrong by engaging what you put out. Incredible. And then a woman, Gabriel Weber, she replies, this reply is very long, but she's basically saying that, a lot of this. Oh, I could read this. This one ain't the real long one. I'm trying to figure out why a man who's happily engaged would have this kind of content on his radar. But I guess you were holding that in for a long time. Curious or wanted to let one of them know. No disrespect, but you definitely cherry picked this vid or simply did not watch the entire thing because she stated her own opinion, keyword, without putting anyone down. If you're tired of gender wars in the black community, I am too, to be honest. By wanting to have a discussion, it could have been put in a way that had way more tact and less curt. And so I just said, girl, it was his moment to shine. And then I said, and I responded, I said nothing about not being able to date. I said there is a lot of black men that are disrespectful. I have a lack and have a lack of accountability and embarrass the black community. I even listed the reasons a lot by of black women choose to be single. This has absolutely nothing to do with looks. Okay, so there's a few more, but this is basically me reading the comments back, the little clapbacks and all that stuff too. So what I wanted to say is this. First of all, reading is fundamental. Okay. Read to comprehend, read to understand. I made a video, you didn't even have to read. All you had to do was listen. Could have went back and listened to it a few times. Hell, you can go back and listen to it now. And that I think that a lot of times people tend to feel offended before they really listen to comprehend. It's like we listen to answer, we listen to respond instead of listening to understand. And like I said before, the intention wasn't to say, okay, it's black men's fault that I'm single or anything like that. I didn't say that. It was very clear why I said I'm single. I like being single because it is peaceful. Okay. Then when I say it's peaceful, this is why. This is why I'm alone and I prefer it. Trust me, listen. I ain't never had a man. I don't care if I'm as big as this room. Okay. I ain't never had a problem getting no man. And another thing about that, another thing that I noticed, it seems like you guys try to put the level of respect has to do with how attractive a woman looks. Let me tell you something. There's plenty of women that look good, are in shape, have the perfect asymmetrical face and real hair that y'all talking about, and they're going through the same exact thing, if not worse. Okay. So if you don't want me, I'm okay with that. Because if that's what you do, no, I don't want to be a part of that. Please leave me out. Thank you. I'm grateful. So the last thing that I put in here, my last response to all of this foolishness, and you guys can look at this yourself, but the bottom line is this is pointless. The only reason why I'm reading this is because I did think about it or whatever, but more than that, I asked a couple of guy friends and they didn't even understand what the problem was. So, yeah. But what I ended it with was I can only imagine the pain most black men must feel with your fathers being in jail, abandoning you, etc. You being raised by single mothers and still finding yourselves dependent on women to take care of you and lead the way to this day. However, all that unresolved hurt turns into anger. Anger comes out in different ways, as seen as most in most of y'all's comments. Unresolved anger and lack of health screenings lead to serious illnesses and worse. Let me see, and worse in black men. I suggest crying. It's okay for men to cry. And then I advise effective counseling with the male so you can all get the proper emotional support you need. You can't properly build nor lead with the mentality most of y'all have. That explains a lot. And what else? Here are some resources to help you get started. I will continue to pray for you. Evolved mentally stable men don't act this way. There is help. So I put the Better Help down here, 100 Black Men of America, the book Raising Black Boys, and then 988 Suicide Prevention Hotline. So yeah, it's important. Mental health is important. And I have another video about Jordan Peterson. If you don't know who he is a well-known psychologist, and he's doing a huge men's mental health movement because there's a lot of men that are saying that they have no one to talk to when they go through issues, and because they're men, no one really cares. Okay, so I did that video. If you got anything out of this, let's just try to be better people. Let's just try to understand where each other is coming from without putting them down. Okay. All right. And like I said, I would have been a lot nicer, but no, I'm not going to let anybody just talk to me any kind of way or, disrespect me on my own platform, first of all. So, yeah. Anyway, go ahead, click like, comment, and subscribe. Next video, make sure that you look at that men's mental health. All right. Take care. Bye for now.